snakes and the rats and the cops, so I gotta hide it. All on my top, put all of my dick in the stomach, I give it a Heimlich. Really was broke, I come from the bottom of New York, now I need the finest. All of my bitches, they be the finest. All of my diamonds, they be the finest. All of my fabrics, they be the finest. Put on the ladder and came at Staggy. All of these VVs, now they blind. No more persona, really enticing. Bet on that pussy, just like I'm Tyson. Hit on that pussy, just like it's lightning. Back to that money, I'm not dying. I got a touch for the money like Midas. Out to my hood, I try to unite it. I know the feds, they wanna indict it. Gun in my leg, I come invited. Run over drip, them boys are biting. She love with me, got her excited. She like that nigga on the stones on my eyes. And I got a touch for the money like Midas. Out to my hood, I try to unite it. I'm on the block with the snakes and the rats and the cops, so I gotta hide it. All on my top, put all of my dick in the stomach, I give it a Heimlich. Really was broke, I come from the bottom of New York, now I need the finest. All of my bitches, they be the finest. All of my diamonds, they be the finest. All of my fabrics, they be the finest. Put on the ladder and came back stankin'. All these VVs, now they blind. No more persona, really enticing. Bought on that pussy, just like I'm Tyson. Hit on that pussy, just like I'm lightning. Back to that money, I'm not dying. I got a touch for the money like Midas. I got a touch for the money like Midas. I got a touch for that money like Midas. All of my bitches, they be the finest. All of my diamonds, they be the finest. All of my fabrics, they be the finest. They be the finest.
As the feds say that fraud in his state could total $9 billion, up from the estimate of $1 billion. This thing is just absolutely exploding. We heard the $1 billion estimate a few weeks ago.
The magnitude of the fraud in Minnesota cannot be overstated. It's staggering amounts of money that have been lost. But it's not just about the money that's been stolen and wasted. This is a problem that's caused all of us to question what kind of state we live in.
So now almost 100 Minnesota mayors have written to Governor Walz and state lawmakers, quote, fraud, unchecked spending, and inconsistent fiscal management in St. Paul have trickled down to our cities, reducing our capacity to plan responsibly, maintain infrastructure, hire and retain employees, and sustain core services without overburdening local taxpayers. Two of those mayors are going to join us in just a moment. But
shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. It's your brother Aboriginal Power, and we got news, man. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. Hit that like button, thumb up the video, and support the channel. Shout out to all my FBAs, my Aboriginals tapping in. It's your brother Aboriginal Power, the chief and commander of the Tether Task Force, reporting live. This is another Wake and Bake show, and we got action. Shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. If y'all in here rocking out with your boy, go ahead and hit that like button, thumb up the video, and support the channel. We got some shit to get into today. We absolutely got some stuff to get into today, but before we do that, I do want to say shout out to the family that took their time out to come rock with me this Grand Rising. And we're going to cook. If you hit that notification bell, I'm going to bring you mail. Salute to the real ones in the building. Delineation for the nation. Reparation is the conversation. Okay? So that's what I want to start this thing with. We're going to be gatekeeping our culture, expressing our lineage. These are the three main principles that we standing on. Also, family, today is Friday. Today is Friday. I need y'all to support the channel. This channel is not monetized. It does not make any money off of YouTube. So all donations is appreciated and much welcome. All right, so we appreciate that off the rip. So we're going to get right into some live action right now today, okay? We're going to get right into some live action. Federal agents is down here in Minnesota. The ICE agents is everywhere. You got the fake Black Panthers. And what I'm starting to realize and what I'm starting to see through the conversation of online and other immigrants is that these people, I'm going to say it honestly, family, these people want Black Americans, Aboriginal, Indigenous Americans, foundational Black Americans gone. They want us gone. And it seems like there's some weird fetishizing about us being deported. Yo, you're next. They've been saying that since the beginning of 2025, family. They've been saying, oh, you're next. You guys are next. You're getting deported now. And so now there's a lot of fake propaganda as if we're the ones that's been targeted by ICE. If the family in the building, drop a fire emoji in the building. Shout out to everybody in here, man. This is the news you can use. I need to see who all in the building with us. First and foremost, go ahead and support the channel. Drop those fire emojis. Let me know what city and what state you from, and we're going to get right into this. But before we officially start this show, let's get through at least the intro song. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. Let's go. This is the Wake and Bake Show with your brother, Aboriginal Power, the hood journalist. Let's go.
Rhyme so dope, my eyes low. When you move like God, the time slow. I came back for the blacks and John Doe's. Crack open them land patents, let go of them townhomes. What's a native to a native? Eat $5 dough if he not melanated. Pale faces got you waiting on a savior. Sending prayers up, he texting back on vacation. God's children, give all your praise to Jesus, but how God feeling? He say put no one before him in divine image. It's you with God or Christians. I got a vision, but niggas ain't gotta listen, so they don't. We came from the soil, wasn't fucking with no boats. Bible took our spirit, English potted on our homes. Tribal families turned on us, don't act like y'all don't know. But fuck them and they grudges. We was something turned to nothing. And now we nothing's turned to somethings. Reincarnation of ancients, fresh up out the oven. This the message to the black man. 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 Shooters on my roof, lawyers in the coop. We can never die, bitch, we bulletproof. This the message to the black man. This the message to the black man. Say you wasn't slaves, you was prisoners of war. You stop wasting your time, these other bitches ain't important. You ain't meditating, you ain't mating with the sauce. Like what the fuck's a noodle if you ain't painted with the sauce? I find it hard to trust the pastor who rather side with the master, who preaching we should submit while getting murdered and captured. About how we should wait on God is never our vernacular. They get paid and praised by the dollar long as they keeping us stagnant. And niggas think they woke, huh? Like you could change a whole world through a vote, huh? Like slave masters willing to let they slave go, huh? That slave master was probably your kinfolk, huh? History in reverse, a black king strategy. When blacks were your majesty, they always hide your pyramids but point to where the castles be. Aristocracies with your last name patent accurately. Yeah. And I ain't even tell half the shit. Like, I ain't even tell a quarter of the shit. I'm just getting started. Y'all niggas rap about busting guns and all this weird shit. I'm trying to get my people back, nigga.
Salute to everybody that's in the building. Make sure y'all hit that like button, thumb up the video, support the channel. All right, well, it's time to get right back into some more of this live action. For those that's in here, we officially made it through the intro. For those that want to know what the name of that song is, the name of the song is Black Codes. It's called Black Codes, and the name of the artist is Trey Ali. Trey Ali. His name is Trey Ali. Shout out to the good brother Trey Ali for coming through with some of the fire heat. Also, family, my official website is available for those that want to shop with the culture. All right, go get some of the new merch that has been advertised on this website. Also, a lot of the merch that is coming and flying off the shelves is the delineation merchandise. We got delineation merchandise, from hoodies, the shirts, the beanies, the hats, to keychains, wallets, doormats, you name it. Go and check out the official website. That is bapclothing.store, family. The official website is bapclothing.store, family. We want you guys to go shop Aboriginal and bring it back to the culture. For those that can't find it, the direct link to the website is in the live chat. So, man, I'm not going to hold you guys up any farther. Immigrants want foundational Black Americans, aka indigenous Americans, removed. They want them gone out this country. And so I'm going to play some things that's taking place right now. And so we're going to get into that right now. Let's get into it.
Congressman and House Majority Whip Tom Emmer of Minnesota is standing by. We will begin with Garrett Tenney on the ground in Minneapolis. Garrett.
Harris, activists are extremely well organized here in the Twin Cities, and they are so much so that they are able to harass federal agents here at almost every turn, including when they're trying to use the bathroom. Fox got an exclusive ride along with federal agents, Border Patrol yesterday to give our viewers a sense of what it is that they are facing on a daily basis here. This video is from outside a gas station where Border Patrol stopped just to use the bathroom, and you can see how fast a crowd formed outside, getting into agents' faces as they walked back to their cars. Then a few minutes later, some of the activists tried blocking off the agents, blocking them in and forcing the officers to get out to try to clear the road. One person allegedly spat at the agents, and you can see when several agents were trying to detain that person, some of the crowd tried to break in to free that individual as officers were trying to take them into custody. Agents deployed tear gas and pepper spray to clear the crowd and just to be able to get out of there. This past hour, Commander Greg Bavino said activists need to realize the federal government isn't going to stop doing its job to enforce the laws of our country.
We're not going to be deterred in conducting the Title VIII mission, no matter what that climate is, no matter that violent rhetoric by Mayor Frey, Waltz, and others, individuals that come into churches. So CS gas, pepper balls, a whole litany of less lethal devices were used to ensure that our agents, those agitators and rioters, and the public were safe, and that we continue to conduct that mission.
Yeah, we're told that Vice President J.D. Vance will be meeting with some of the ICE and Border Patrol agents who have been operating here to express his thanks and his support for ongoing efforts to enforce the immigration laws of our country, despite the increasingly hostile conditions that they are facing here, both from a weather perspective and from the growing protests that are not letting up. Despite temperatures well below zero, protests are expected to continue today and tomorrow. Harris?
Thank you very much for getting us started, Garrett. Tom Emmer, House Majority Whip and Republican Congressman of the great state of Minnesota, is with me now. And of course, returning its greatness is what everybody is focusing on right now, with a whole lot of chaos going on the ground in the Twin Cities. I first of all want to get your response to what happened with City's Church on Sunday.
Totally unacceptable, Harris, and thank you for having me. Thanks for reporting on this. And God bless President Trump and J.D. Vance for bringing the attention they brought to the lawlessness that we have in the Twin Cities. Entering into a church and disrupting a faith community in the practice of their faith is totally unacceptable. Hats off to Pam Bondi, the organizer of that so-called protest. Was arrested this morning. I understand a school board member from the city of St. Paul was arrested as well. And hopefully there'll be others. The way this is going to end is, one, you got to start honoring the rule of law. Two, law enforcement has to work together. And it's very sad what's happening in our state, but I'm hopeful that it's going to settle down very soon. People are going to come to their senses. And let's point out, Harris, the people that you're seeing in these in the videos, the vast majority of them, I'm going to tell you, I do not believe are from Minnesota. These are organized chaos agents. There are agitators that are paid. The vast majority of Minnesotans that I know that are talking to me, they appreciate the fact that federal law enforcement has arrived, and they are happy they're there picking up rapists, murderers, child sex offenders. I mean, that's the story that needs to get out. That Tim Walz and Keith Ellison have allowed these people to walk our streets for years in spite of deportation orders and convictions. And finally, the federal government is doing the job that they've refused to do.
Yeah, you know, what's hard to believe, and you mentioned that school board member, I checked her out, her profile out. She has a job that deals with children. There were children who were frightened inside that church. And I'm looking at this um, background of Chantil Allen, who is the person who's arrested along with the other who they suspect helped organize all of this. I mean, these are people actually in the community. Your reaction to that?
Well, look, when you've got leaders like Tim Walz and Keith Ellison, and you got this poor excuse for a mayor in Minneapolis, you've got woke prosecutors who want to prosecute cops instead of criminals. Harris, I'm not surprised that these people are encouraged to make these stupid decisions, which clearly don't fit with what their background is. But now you hold them accountable. That's the key.
Right.
You want to break the law. You want to go after someone's faith community. Guess what? You violated federal law. You're going to be charged, and hopefully you're convicted. And people see that you can't do this stuff. You're going to be held accountable.
A new opinion piece says this: when Christians are under attack, Keith Ellison, that's the AG of Minnesota, looks the other way. The Minnesota Attorney General denied that the angry mob broke federal law in that horrible church storming. A former pastor of that church and friend of the head pastor there, who was preaching at the time when all this happened, was with me in Focus yesterday.
Every town in this country is filled with people like this who want to worship Jesus, love one another, serve their neighbors, seek the good of their cities. To have these lawless demonstrators, these lawless agitators enter in, take over the service, yell, scream, frighten children was absolutely appalling. And I think it's appalling that the state officials there and the mayor seem to not be concerned about it.
Yeah, I think that the state officials are pro sale. They're involved in the scamming. They're involved in this whole ordeal and this mess. They want Black Americans to come defend them at all costs. We're not defending a bunch of immigrants who's came here, discriminated, have this type of disdain towards our people. We're not going to allow this type of bullshit and malarkey. Us as Aboriginal, Indigenous, FBA Americans, we have moral codes and conduct, and we allow these people to come into our country time and time again. We didn't give them chances after chances after chances after chances. At what point in time do we look at these people and say, listen, fuck off? At what point in time do we literally look at these people and say, fuck off? So we're going to be dealing with this culture, and I want to kind of get a response from some of the people around on social media reacting to a lot of this crisis, dealing with the Black Panthers, the ICE agents, and how we are supposed to be set and pro sale with this whole ordeal. We're not supposed to be set and pro sale with this. We're doing what we're supposed to do. This is not our fight. I repeat, this is not our fight. We need to get the likes up, family. We need 26 more likes. 26 more likes. We got my sister in her Chicken Harmony Roots. Shout out to the beautiful Chicken Harmony Roots. It's always good to see my sister. And shout out to the rest of the squad in here. Family, salute to the squad in here. I know it's kind of early. We just hit 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So if you're still moving around, be safe. If you're at work, don't work too hard. You know what I'm saying? If you're at home chilling, make sure y'all enjoy yourself. Okay, family? It is your brother Aboriginal Power. This is the Latest Wake and Bake Show on YouTube right now. Okay, so make sure you share this around. Hit that like button. They didn't have my channel shadow banned. They took my YouTube channel off the internet. We're just now getting into the swing of things. All right, so I do need you guys to share this live stream, hit the like button, and support the channel. If y'all ready to rock out and get to the rest of these clips, drop some fire emojis in the chat. Go ahead and flood it out. All right, go ahead and flood the chat out with the fire emojis. God damn it. Support the channel also, family. We do need y'all to hit that cash out because, like I said, this channel is not monetized. So only the real gonna support the real. So support the channel that actually supports the movement. So let's get right into some more of this heat. bless.
Keys on the track, on the track, on the track, on the track, on the track.
For the stats, I be beating the odds. Then the blood in me making me calm. Ride the turbines just like I'm Saddam. I'ma blow up just like I'm a bomb. I'ma leave it.
I think for some strange ass reason, immigrants, y'all Somalis think because we black, we supposed to stick with y'all. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Wait for it.
We don't share an allegiance because I'm black. Ma'am, I'm an American. There's a big fucking difference. But Theodore Roosevelt said, it ain't but one flag. That's the American flag. He said it ain't but one motherfucking language. The English language. And he said above them all, it ain't but one loyalty. Undivided.
Undivided loyalty. I need her to go ahead and cook one more time. Come on, Auntie. Come on, TT. Come on, TT. You're starting off early. I'm hungry. You're cooking and I smell it.
I
Let's
think
go.
for some strange ass reason, immigrants, y'all Somalis think because we black, we supposed to stick with y'all. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Wait for it.
We don't share an allegiance.
What I think is these immigrants are trying to set us up for failure, family. They trying to set us up for death and destruction, family. And I believe that maybe 4 years ago, our people could have been bamboozled and swindled into this belief of understanding, but delineation has prevented this nonsense, family. Damn, shout out to everybody that's standing on delineation, because you literally protecting your lineage. Once you actively start pushing delineation, you're actively protecting your lineage, family. You're making a difference, literally.
Because I'm black? Ma'am, I'm an American. There's a big fucking difference. But Theodore Roosevelt said, it ain't but one flag. That's the American flag. He said it ain't but one motherfucking language, and that's the English language. And he said above them all, it ain't but one loyalty, undivided, explicitly for the United States of America.
Here it comes.
If that ain't what the fuck you about, you ain't about what I'm about. Being an American, first and only, honey. Not nothing in front of it, not no stipulations behind it. We not the same. I think for some strange ass reason, immigrants, y'all Somalis think because we black, we supposed to stick with y'all. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Wait for it.
We don't share an allegiance because I'm black. Ma'am, I'm an American.
And I don't think you can get no more clear than that. Now, I want y'all to listen to this good brother right here. He breaks some things down. And I think they're trying to create a fake illusion like there's some type of black and brown coalition, which I have been stating for the last 5 years, that there has never been a black and brown coalition, not because black people hasn't been protecting and allowing these people to eat off of us and to gain success. It's because that the Hispanic and the brown people allegedly doesn't have the same morality. It's because deep inside of their culture, they have anti-blackness, anti-aboriginal, indigenous hate inside of their culture, which will prevent them from having any type of correlation. So I want y'all to listen to what my brother breaking down right here. Let's go.
Venezuelans don't give a fuck about no niggas. That's another thing niggas gotta stop doing. Niggas trying to join forces. Niggas still think that we still have a civil rights relationship with Mexicans and Puerto Ricans and Cubans.
We don't.
And fucking Koreans and Vietnamese and Chinese. No, we have to renegotiate. We need to renegotiate our deal with other. We are Americans. We are America's number one minority. Niggas. We ain't worried about ICE. When you go outside, it's ICE down the street. Post it.
Right, always. We're not worrying about ICE, but for some reason they have a weird fetish and fantasization about Black Americans, Aboriginal, Indigenous Americans being deported by ICE. What is this weird obsession and fantasy about us being deported? For some reason, they have a dream and a wish that we are gone and removed from this land as well. They have been screaming that Black people are next to be deported since 2025. Nigga, it's 2026 and not one Negro has been deported. Shut your entire filthy immigrant mouth. We don't want to hear these fake fear tactics and fear-mongering conversations. We're not listening to you. You don't speak for us and y'all don't scare us. We're delineation and we need reparation for the nation, family. Shout out to everybody in the building. For those that don't know who this is, man, this is your fly player brother, Aboriginal Power, man, aka the hood journalist. Y'all know we on the scene. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe bell. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Do not forget to hit that notification bell. As soon as you hit that bell, I'm going to bring you mail. You understand what I'm saying? Shout out to all the good people that's in the building, man. Let's get right back into some more of this heat.
We are America's number one minority. Niggas. We ain't worried about ICE. When you go outside, it's ICE down the street. Post it. They ain't looking for me or you. They looking for Latinos, Hispanics, Arabs, Chaldeans, Indians to get the fuck up out of here, right? We need to renegotiate our relationship with America's other minorities because
no, we don't. I disagree with you. We don't need to be negotiating no relationship. We've been open-handed, open arms, and part and pro-sale with everything that immigrants had going on over here. They have not reciprocated that same energy for our people. And we have now understood that we don't need anyone help. We don't need any external allies. All we need is the lineage to be part of the lineage. We need our family, the brothers and sisters that is of this American ethnic group to be on code. What's the code, family? Delineation. It's that goddamn simple. You cannot turn the lineage into a group. We don't need any allies or external help. None of these immigrant groups have did anything for us. They've been over here for at least, some of them been over here for 100, some of them been over here for at least 50 years. You understand what I'm saying? And when I ask you two simple questions, family, this is for anyone who is an immigrant sympathizer. I'm going to ask you two questions. Name two things that an immigrant brought over here that has been beneficiary to Black people economically and politically. Name two things that any immigrant group have brought over here that we benefit off of.
To get the fuck up out of here, right? We need to renegotiate our relationship with America's other minorities because most of the Mexicans now, specifically,
listen to me, country, right? Delineation is already in effect. Delineation is the road to reparations. Let me say it again for the family that may be just now coming in. Delineation is the road to reparation. Delineation prevents any outsiders from coming in, co-opting, or downplaying any of our movements. Delineation prevents any outsider from coming in, speaking on behalf of us that doesn't have our goal set, that doesn't understand our struggle, but often going to speak on behalf of us. This is what we call a tether. And now that we have called out the tether class, a lot of people has now understood. They're like, oh, damn, it makes sense. These Black people are not like these Black people. These Black people are American. These are new, but they're speaking for Americans. So why is that? That means that there's a hidden agenda. And I believe that the Aboriginal indigenous peoples of America is causing disruption in foreign agendas. Delineation amongst our people is causing disruption amongst the foreign agenda. You got to realize the foreign agenda is not going to be able to be properly executed without the attachment of Black Americans. Since Black Americans has detached, their agendas is failed. That has not been executed properly. So us delineating has caused disruption in the foreign agenda, family. Do y'all agree with that? If you do, drop a fire emoji in the chat and share this live stream. Let's get through the rest of this clip.
The West Coast Mexicans, they hate niggas. They hate us. They don't get along with us. They want to be more white than they want to be Black. And Donald Trump uses that division amongst the minorities to to hurt us. It's us. We still living in La La Land when it comes to Mexicans don't give a fuck nothing about us. Well, not all Mexicans. Hey, listen, bro. Not all white people believed in slavery. So for all you stupid ass niggas talking about, man, all Mexicans ain't bad. Some Mexicans is good. They are brothers. Hey, listen, you stupid ass niggas. It's like the bait and switch move. It's streetcar Molly. While motherfuckers get you thinking that you still friends with them, the other ones over there trying to fuck your ass up. Right? All white people in this country were not pro-slavery. They were not in favor of slavery, but just because they were not all in favor of it doesn't mean that it didn't happen. Slavery wasn't abolished in this country because of some type of altruistic, humanistic view about black people being human beings. Slavery was abolished in this country for financial reasons. This is a corporation. It had nothing to do with how black people were being treated. Because up north, the white people were not as openly vicious towards black people, but they were some murderous, systemic racism ass, creating ass niggas up here. So niggas think, well, you up north, you in New York, and them hunkies hated niggas too. They just were more politically correct with their hatred. They used the system to and
technically, they wasn't even really more politically correct. They just didn't have a stronghold. And to be honest, I've lived in the South. I've lived up north in the Northeast, and I was able to understand the living conditions and the sanctions that's taking place in those particular places. Down south is a lot more integrated than places is up north. So what I mean by that is that places up north are more segregated. Places up north is more segregated than places is down south. When you go to dominantly black communities, you're going into a dominantly black community. There is no mixing really when you see it. There's clear dicriticatory markers that separate each of these ethnic groups. It's very segregated up north. You understand what I'm saying?
You in New York, and them hunkies hated niggas too. They just were more politically correct with their hatred. They used the system to disadvantage niggas. Well, down south, them hunkies just straight, pure, uncut racism.
And let me be clear about this.
Venezuela.
I don't believe a lot of them honkies down south are clear and uncut. I don't believe them honkies down south are clear and uncut and just raw with it. No, they're not. They don't say no racist shit. That's a fake illusion as well. He must not be from the South, because a lot of niggas down south know that a lot of white people oftentimes abandon everything that they know. They don't really have a culture. Down south white people culture is country black people's culture. I don't know if y'all know that or not. A lot of country down south white people tend to try to copy black Americans. I don't know if y'all know that or not. This is often, they even sometimes even speak and sound like them. So down south white people oftentimes try to practice and follow black American culture. You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it a stack, family. Now, I want y'all to listen to what my boy Umar Johnson has to say, because this is a rare segment where he kind of speaks against black immigrants.
Elected, he said he wanted to fast track 4 million undocumented residents to full citizenship. Black people completely ignored it. I spoke on it. I said, do you know why he want to fast track 4 million? Because he know he's not going to do nothing for us. We ain't going to be motivated to vote for him November. So what he's going to do is have these migrants already set up with citizenship so they can replace the black vote that he loses. The migrants are being put in our communities on purpose, New York and Chicago on purpose, because they are what? The two blackest cities in America. They're the two largest cities in America. They're the two most politically conscious black communities in America. So if we can wash out the black with the brown in New York, if we can wash out the black with the brown in Chicago, Philly don't stand a chance. Atlanta don't stand a chance.
Right. And when we look at strong, large cities in America, Philadelphia is one of the largest black dominant cities in America. You see what I'm saying? And it's ironic that the dude, Paul Lawrence Birdsong, who's the alleged chairman of the new Black Panther Party, popped up in Philadelphia when a bunch of Puerto Ricans was being apprehended and snatched up by ICE in Northeast Philadelphia. Now, anybody that's from Philadelphia that knows about the Northeast, we know that the Northeast is heavily populated with Puerto Ricans. Okay. And that's when you first seen the guy, Paul Lawrence Birdsong. Okay.
LA, Houston, Dallas, Detroit, Chicago don't stand a chance. The migrants are here for 3 reasons: replace us at the polls, replace us at the low-end industry jobs. Bottom line is, when Joe Biden got elected, he said he wanted to.
So even Umar Johnson even kind of understands the importance of how these black immigrants come over here and taking place, and that this was a strategic move by the colonizer to attack Black Americans. So you ask yourself, if they're using Black immigrants to attack Black Americans, is Black immigrants the issue? Absolutely. All immigrants that is illegal is the issue. But when it comes to our particular gripe into our particular situations, it is the Black immigrants that is more affecting the Black community, because they're able to come into our community, leech in our community, look and act like you, and then sometimes get into these political positions and speak on behalf of us, just like Byron Donaldson, who's now downplaying, saying that Black people shouldn't get reparations, even though he's not even a Black American. He's a damn tether. You see what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody in the building. This is your brother Aboriginal Power, the chief and commander of the Tether Task Force. If those that don't know what the Tether Task Force is, it's the online and offline security breach team that is regulating immigrants from speaking, downplaying, and bringing degenerate culture and hatred against Black Americans. Shout out to all my Tether Task Force members in the building. Tap in with the tap in. All right. So let's get right back to this heat.
Black Americans, why y'all think y'all protected too? Hold up now. Committee, hold on. So Committee, you think we like y'all? You think we in the same boat like you Africans? No, Committee. No, we're nothing like y'all. Y'all immigrated over here. Y'all migrated over here. Y'all are refugees over here. We nothing like y'all. We didn't have to come over here and denounce a country. Y'all had to come over here and denounce y'all country. We had to go through immigration. Y'all had to go through immigration. We don't know nothing about no visas over here. Huh? Committee, you think we like y'all? You think we come from Africa like y'all? We're nothing like your mother and father. Our mothers and fathers did not flee America to go somewhere. We stayed on this land, and we're indigenous to this land, just like you're indigenous to Africa. We're not the same. We don't have to worry about ICE like you got to worry about ICE. And I know it sucks to hear that, but we're not the same people. Commente, are you jealous? I think that's what it is. I think you're jealous that we're not in the same stirring pot as you Africans. We're not the same. Black Americans never in the history of niggerdom on this land had to worry about ICE and immigration. We don't know nothing about going to immigration court. You think Black Americans know something about that? No, we don't know nothing about that. It's okay to go back to your homeland. You have a home to go back to. You have a tribe. Your tribe misses y'all. Your tribe needs help. They need help catching monkeys and bats. They miss that from y'all. How your mom and dad gonna leave the homeland to come over?
And it's the Africans the most, right? Like, we're not doing nothing to nobody. We're not hating nobody. We're not harming nobody. We're not degenerating nobody. We're not going to people's countries. We're not attacking nobody. All we're doing is stepping away. We're delineating, and we're saying we're not fighting nobody else's fight. Now these people has now got online and act like we're the ones that's harming them. Like we're causing pain to them. They have a lot of misdirected hate, especially these black immigrants, now that we're not riding for them, because now they're understanding that they have no value in the eyes of the American government. See, the only reason they was once respected is because we was standing somewhat beside them. The reason they have no value is because we delineated and removed the value.
Over here, where y'all leaving y'all people over there starving. You know them people need help hunting. Y'all ain't even tell them how to hunt a monkey correctly. Y'all not even sending no materials to catch it back correctly. Y'all doing it all wrong. Y'all ain't teach them how to skin a monkey properly without getting sick, how to drain it without getting sick. We're nothing like y'all. I know y'all don't want to go back to your homeland in your heart of hearts, your soul and spirit. You don't want to go back to that shit. You don't want to go back to that. You want to go back to them huts. You don't want to walk 30 miles in flip-flops to get a pail of water. You know, I think that it's an old book that my folks used to read to me called Jack and Jill. And I think Jack and Jill took place in Africa. Jack and Jill fetched a pail of water. And you don't want to be Jack and Jill no more. Because y'all over here in Africa, y'all can just turn on the water. You don't want to fetch a pail of water like Jack and Jill. So calm down. We ain't nothing like y'all. We are protected by the 14th Amendment. Y'all are no longer will be protected by the 14th Amendment anymore. This is God talk right here. This is God talk right here. And the Spirit is talking through me to you, committee. You have a good one, though.
Man, listen, he said a mouthful right there. Let's move on to the next clip. Hold on. Hold on. Let me run this back. Let me run my boy back right there. But he dropped some heat right here. I want y'all to pay attention to what he has to say as well. I think he dropped some clear heat right here as well. Shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. Drop a fire emoji in the chat if y'all can hear me loud and clear. I want to make sure y'all loud and clear out there. I think people are now understanding who the tethers are, who the immigrants is. They want us to be involved in this fight that's not our fight. And now they're mad because we're realizing this is not our fight. Ain't that some shit? Can we get the likes up, family? We got 91 of the brothers and sisters and supporters in here listening, but we only got 55 likes. I know we ain't got that many tethers and immigrants in here hating on your boy. I know we don't got 40-something immigrants and haters in here. Hit that like button to support the channel, man. Share the live stream. Each one teach one. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. This is your brother, Aboriginal Power, the hood journalist. And we got some more to get into. Let's run them likes up, family. Let's get us in the algorithm.
Don Lemony Squeeze, Don Lemon, high yellow self butt. All right. He is getting a backlash right now from doing something so dumb, so ridiculous, so very, very much mean, something that he already fully aware of, especially seeing that this man is almost 60 years old. He knows better. He knew better than to do what he did. And what he did was basically lead a mob of vicious, violent, liberal protesters. At least that's what they want to call themselves. But we all know majority of them are paid protesters. And the person that he led, or the person that, the group that he led was also led by a woman of color who apparently hates everybody that's not her color, basically. Okay. Now, anyways, they led this group of protesters in a church during a church service. Okay. And it has been going super viral the last couple of days, mainly not because of other people catching the footage, but because him and his videographer decided to take it upon themselves to upload all the footage. Now, here's the thing about Don. Don, I believe, used to work for CNN. Go figure.
Now, Don Lennon is supposedly might be going to jail for inciting riots in Minnesota for anti-ICE antagonists.
He was supposed to have something going on with Elon that did not work out as well. I think Elon actually fired him on the spot during an interview. I think it was earlier 2024. He is basically known for one of them individuals that just that he's very liberal, very democratic values, very democratic. I mean, if value even exists anymore in the democratic ways, but he's very against Donald Trump, the MAGA movement, and just Republican in general. But more importantly, he's a content creator.
Listen, Tariq Nasheed spoke on all this shit last night. I'm going to play some clips and some conversations from that as well. I thought he made some deep and crucial points. We'll get to that here later on in the segment. If you're just now tuning in, hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. This is your brother Aboriginal Power, the hood journalist, a.k.a. the chief of the Tether Task Force. Let's go.
That's the career that he has shifted into, basically. And so him and his videographer, you know, he's a journalist. He's a 60-year-old fucking journalist. Oh, come on, guys, follow me, you know. And him and his videographer is basically just broadcasting what's going on, the shenanigans that is going on in his church. Now, mind you guys, again, this is a church service, so you had kids in there, right? You had families in there, right? Now, apparently, rumors have it the reason they decided to storm in there was because apparently the pastor or the bishop or there were members in there that was pro-ICE, right? Now, here's the thing about this. Everybody, the protesters that are getting paid and the protesters that are just batshit crazy are basically saying ICE is a criminal organization, which is not true at all. They're treating them like they're a criminal organization.
Man, if you don't know that, then you insane.
Country that gave.
Hold on now. I want y'all to listen to this lady right here. I want y'all to listen to this lady because I think she's saying what 90% of America is thinking right now. She kind of says what 90% of America is thinking right now. If y'all ready to get into this next clip, drop some fire emojis, family. Let's get the likes up to 100 likes, family. Let's get the likes up to 100 likes right quick. Let's get the likes up to 100 likes. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. I want y'all to listen to what this lady has to say. Let's get right into the next clip. Let's go.
For the stats, I be beating the odds. In the blood, it be making me calm. Ride the turbines just like I'm Saddam. I'ma blow it just like I'm a bomb. I'ma leave it.
All right, let's get into this clip right here. Listen to this.
Gave them a chance. They choose to poo-poo on a country who gave them a shot, who gave them their best life ever that they wouldn't have gotten in Somalia. And instead of them saying, thank you, Mr. President, thank you, American people, they choose to funnel billions of dollars and buy themselves cars and clothes and everything else and send back over to Somalia and smuggle. That, my friends, is trash.
That is pure trash. Let me run that back for those that don't understand what you're saying. They're begging us for help, but didn't offer to do nothing in our community besides push us away and act like there's nothing for us to get. Man, these people need to be sent back into their pirate-ass country and get the hell out of our country. Especially the illegal ones. Especially the ones that's criminals. Send them back to their country. We got our own issues here.
Poo-poo on the country that gave them a chance. They choose to poo-poo on a country who gave them a shot, who gave them their best life ever that they wouldn't have gotten in Somalia. And instead of them saying, thank you, Mr. President, thank you, American people, they choose to funnel billions of dollars and buy themselves cars and clothes and everything else and send back over to Somalia and smuggle. That, my friends, is trash. It is. And I don't care that they don't like it. The behavior is trash. And so Somalians, I'm sorry, y'all can get all emotional if you want to, but that's why I say you're not American, because you shouldn't be mad at President Trump
for calling it out. You should be mad at the trash that is representing you guys. I don't get mad at people saying things about black people. I don't get mad at people saying black people steal and black people rob. I get mad at the black people who are doing it and embarrassing the brown-skinned people who are not doing it. But because
Right, because guess what? The people that is doing degenerate shit in our community get called out by our people in our community, and those people are not the standard for our community. Because in the same row, you will have somebody that is degenerate, stealing, lying, doing degenerate shit, and you will have somebody that is noble like me, or a doctor, or advisor, or a normal citizen that's hardworking. So you can't blanket it, the degenerate, on the whole ethnic group. And guess what? When our people do wrong, we call them out. That's the difference between a lot of these immigrant class, especially the tether class, because they don't call out their own degeneracy that is obvious and blatant right here in front of us, family. Drop them fire emojis. Drop them fire emojis. Let's get right back into it, family.
we're calling it out. You should be mad at the trash that is representing you guys. I don't get mad at people saying things about black people. I don't get mad at people saying black people steal and black people rob. I get mad at the black people who are doing it and embarrassing the brown-skinned people who are not doing it. But because y'all don't care about this country, and you don't care if it goes down, and you don't care if it becomes little Somalia, and you don't care if it's destroyed, you want to be all emotional because he said that Somalia is trash. Okay, whatever. So yes, President Trump said that she is garbage, and
she is garbage. I mean, he's not lying when he speaks of Ilhan Omar. She needs to be investigated for suspicion of fraud as well, because she all of a sudden over the last 3 years have profited $10 million for the last 3 years. She has a bank account of over $30 million. How? Sway? What business is she in where they're making $10 million profits? Explain that to me. Shout out to XL Raisinberg for being the first person to support today's live stream. Don't let XL be the only one to support this fire live stream. Cash App information is in the chat for those that do want to support the fire live stream to keep this channel going. All right, so let's get into some more of this heat. We got more to break down, family.
That's what we thought.
Now we got more to break down. We got more to break down, but I do need y'all to hit that like button. Can we get these likes up, family? Can we get everybody to do one quick favor for your brother? Shout out to everybody listening in on Instagram as well, man. Salute to Instagram. I do need everybody to give us a quick share real quick, family. Give us a quick share real quick. Everybody stop what they're doing real quick and hit that share button and share this on whatever social media outlet that's of your choice. Whatever one you really got motion on, share this live stream right now and hashtag Aboriginal Power, okay? Hashtag Aboriginal Power. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. Let's listen to this real quick, family.
The one place where we thought we would never experience this is the U.S. goddamn state.
Then going back to where the hell you came from then, lady. We don't want you here.
Right. How you going to say the one thing you expect this not to happen is the United goddamn States? First of all, take your ass back to Somalia and see how much democracy you got going on over there. Y'all don't even have a parliament. Y'all don't have an active government, nothing. It's just a bunch of people running around actively committing crimes, eating cat. When I say eating cat, I'm not talking about a lady's private part. I'm not talking about an animal. It's a drug and a plant out there called cat that they eat and get intoxicated on.
Experience this is the U.S. goddamn state.
Then going back to where the hell you came from then, lady. We don't want you here. Going back to Somalia and Pirates of the damn Caribbean. I'm sure you will fit right in. All the same person. Sleeping with one another, your cousin, your brother, your sister, all your IQs are very, very, very low. Your brother is your brother who married your brother, and that brother is your brother. Have the audacity to insult United States of America. If you don't like it, goodbye. Hasta la vista. Sayonara. Talking about something we can't believe you and your home.
Right. Scram bamboos, motherfucker.
Brother is your brother. Have the audacity to insult United States of America. If you don't like it, goodbye. Hasta la vista. Sayonara. Talking about something we can't believe you and your homeboys and homegirls stole $18 billion from our taxpayer dollars. How about that? We can't believe you married your brother to get in the country. We can't believe that you have been giving all our taxpayer dollars to your husband so he can start his little company. We can't believe you created a bill where your people, Somalians, can rip Americans off. How about that? You don't shut your ass up. Ain't nobody trying to hear that shit.
Man, that's a fact, man. Ain't nobody trying to hear that bullshit. Now listen to this. Now listen to this, because this is another one right here, man. This lady Ilhan Omar, it got to be stopped. She is one of the Somalians is bad, man. It's like 80% of them are criminals. 80% of them that's over here in Minnesota are on welfare, so they're not doing nothing for society. They're not contributing to this country. Like, why are they here?
Our country should be more fearful of white men across our country, because they are actually causing most of the deaths within this country. We should be profiling, monitoring, and creating policies to fight the radicalization.
First off, who is ours? Ours what? You're not from here? My daughter has been in this country longer than you, and she ain't nothing but 10 years old. But you can miss me with that our country. This ain't your country, boo-boo. We don't want you in here. Up with this party. I don't understand, man.
Man, I got football jerseys that I've had longer than she been in this country. Man, I got a Pittsburgh Steelers Bumblebee Jerome Bettis jersey that is older than she's been in this goddamn country, man. She need to go sit her ass down. These new booty immigrant tethers love speaking on behalf of Black Americans, and they love trying to throw our struggle in with they gripe. We're not getting involved. We're delineating. Delineation for the nation, which is the road to reparation. You understand that? Delineation for the nation is the road to reparation. God dang. Shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. I know we got some outstanding Aboriginals and FBA in here. I know we got the squad in here. That's what we do. We fantastic. You understand me? When we all around, we in all states, we reach out, we all in, and we tapped in. You understand me? And we ain't tapping out. We're going to keep getting this. We're on the road to reparations, delineation for the nation. Let's keep it going.
The Democratic Party, they go around and they preach how much we should hate the white man. Why? It's always about racism with these people. It's always, the slaves, what? Wait a minute. Do you all think white Americans got in ships, went to Africa, captured Black people, and brought them back over? No. They got on the ships, came to Africa, and purchased Black people from Black people and from Arabs. Y'all worry about the wrong type of people. What you need to be doing is getting mad at the Arabs. What you need to be doing is getting mad at it's going on now. Look at Africa now.
Africa is messed up now. They're going through so much wars and shit. It's ridiculous. But guess what? All the blame is put on one particular group of people. For what reason? The blame is put on us for what? You got to ask yourself, why is the blame put on us? Listen to what this conversation has to say. I want y'all to listen to this damn immigrant, man. Now, shout out to my boy right here. He be holding it down for the culture. I'm not talking about him.
ICE are in black neighborhoods. They're not in Hispanic neighborhoods. They're not in even primarily Haitian neighborhoods. Right now in Florida, ICE is doing raids in Orlando and Jacksonville, Florida. Not St. Petersburg, not Fort Myers, not Miami-Dade, not Fort Lauderdale. Orlando and Jacksonville, Florida. And if you've never been to Florida, go ahead and do me a favor and Google what the demographics of Orlando and Jacksonville, Florida are. They're not in Ocala. They're in Jacksonville.
So she trying to say two things, that ICE is harassing Black Americans and that immigrants, that they're not moving to Black American communities.
Let me run this back again. See, this is that fear-mongering bullcrap that I be talking about, family. How these immigrants fantasize about us being deported by ICE. They dream and wish that we will be harmed by ICE. They have a weird fantasy about us being hurt and deported by ICE, family. And it's a fake. It's a fear-mongering conversation. And it's all been stimulated by immigrants, family.
ICE are in black neighborhoods. They're not in Hispanic neighborhoods. They're not in even primarily Haitian neighborhoods. Right now in Florida, ICE is doing raids in Orlando and Jacksonville, Florida. Not St. Petersburg, not Fort Myers, not Miami-Dade, not Fort Lauderdale. Orlando and Jacksonville, Florida. And if you've never been to Florida, go ahead and do me a favor and Google what the demographics of Orlando and Jacksonville, Florida are. They're not in Ocala. They're in Jacksonville.
So she trying to say two things, that ICE is harassing Black Americans and that immigrants, that they're not moving to Black American communities. Now, let's check in with the facts. Let's check in with the facts that she told us to check in with. So here we go. Orlando and Jacksonville, Florida. You have 140,000 Caribbeans living in Orlando, Florida. That's a heavy population, right along with African immigrants. So you telling me 140,000 is a small number? Nah. Next, Jacksonville. You see how their numbers increased in Jacksonville? It went from 1990s in the 90s from 2% to 2025 to almost down near 14%. Who communities are they moving into? Yeah. Who communities are they moving into? Now, you want to talk about creating a false narrative?
We already know that a lot of these Black immigrants come into our communities, and when ICE come control, they know exactly where they're going. They know exactly who to look for. And so these people try to hide out in our communities, cloak as us, so they can try to blend in. And this is the fake fear-mongering shit. This is what I say. Delineation is doing damage to these foreign agendas, hidden agendas.
That ICE have a problem with Black Americans, which simply isn't true, no matter how you spin it. Now you know who can have a problem with Black Americans. Those ABC boys. Those ABC boys. Just ask your girl Nakima Levy of Black Lives Matter. Just ask your girl, because they slap them bracelets on her, and they won't. They won't be deporting you by plane, but they'll be stuffing you up in one of those federal vehicles and taking you off to federal prison. So yeah, if you want to,
man, that's what I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Delineation, because these people trying to blend and we won't let them in. They trying to cloak and we ain't gonna go. You understand what I'm saying? They trying to act like us, but they just ain't us. They don't mix with us. They don't got our vibe. They don't got our vibration. They don't understand our struggle. That's why we easily can pick out a tether. It's like our tether antennas is fucking beaming off the roof right now. I can look at a foreigner and tell whether or not he a tether before he even open up his mouth. I'm not saying that we're against all immigrants. I got immigrant brothers and sisters that I rock with, that I really got love for, and they got love for me and the family. You understand what I'm saying? Aboriginals and FBA are not anti-immigrants. We're not anti-immigration. But what we are is anti-tetherism. You see what I'm saying? And we can notice a tether within 2.5 seconds. 2.5 seconds, we notice a damn tether. You understand what I'm saying? It ain't nothing that nobody can tell us to say, oh, you're not a tether. No, we know. We know when you a tether now. It ain't nothing you can do to hide it. How many of y'all in the building can spot a tether without them even saying something or within 3.5 seconds of them saying something? Drop a fire emoji if your tether antennas is beaming. I need to know what's going on with the family. Tap in with the tap in. Drop them fire emojis if y'all standing on delineation business too, man. I need to know where the family is. I need to know if we are on code. You understand what I'm saying? And why we only have one person support today's live stream, family? Don't do your brother Aboriginal power like that. Come on, man. I'm the hood journalist. We got a lot more to get into. We just getting started. We just getting started. I can smell a tether from a mile away. Why you think I put together the tether task force? Why you think I put together the tether task force, family? Nigga, I can spot a tether 2 miles away. You understand what I'm saying? Factual. You feel what I'm saying? My tether antennas is up. And what I sense is that there's a lot of pale skins behind the corruption of tetherism. All right. So when you see a lot of these tethers setting up shit, scamming, getting billions of dollars, like for what's going on in Minnesota and other places around the United States, there's a pale skinned hand behind the scene. You feel what I'm saying? So I need y'all to understand that the tetherism is falling off the bone right now. You understand what I'm saying? The tetherism is off the meat rack. But let's get into these next clips to show how it's always a hidden white hand behind this damn corruption. Let's get right into it, y'all. Let's go.
He's on the track, on the track, on the track, on the track, on the track.
For the stats, I be beating the odds. Then the blood, it be making me calm. Ride the turban just like I'm Saddam. I'ma blow it just like I'm a bomb. I'ma leave it.
You have failed the people of Minnesota to provide free health care to illegal aliens. You signed the Higher Education Omnibus Bill into law in May of 2023. That bill allows illegals to have their college tuition paid for by the state. You signed the Driver's License for All Act into law in March of 2023, and that bill allows illegals to receive driver's licenses. So, you claim you're not a sanctuary state. You just provide free healthcare, free college, and driver's licenses to illegal aliens. One reason you're here testifying before us today is because you refuse to cooperate with ICE. While states like Florida and Virginia empower their law enforcement to detain and remove criminal illegal aliens, you, sir, have done just the opposite. Your attorney general is directing law enforcement to ignore ICE immigration detainers. Do you agree with...
Man, why is he off the gates cooking him? Let me run this back. He said, you have failed Minnesota. Look at him looking like a little sick dog. Yeah, you've been helping these damn immigrants and these damn tethers scam the country, and now it's falling off the bone. Yeah, it's the tetherism. Somebody said the tetherism is crazy. No, the tetherism is real. And that's why I'm always bringing tether awareness, family. That's why I'm always bringing tether awareness. Some people don't even know what the hell a damn tether is. But by the end of 2026, if you're still asking what a tether is, it's probably because you're a damn tether. Let's get into it.
You have failed the people of Minnesota to provide free health care to illegal aliens. You signed the Higher Education Omnibus Bill into law in May of 2023. That bill allows illegals to have their college tuition paid for by the state. You signed the Driver's License for All Act into law in March of 2023, and that bill allows illegals to receive driver's licenses. So, you claim you're not a sanctuary state. You just provide free healthcare, free college, and driver's licenses to illegal aliens. One reason you're here testifying before us today is because you refuse to cooperate with ICE. While states like Florida and Virginia empower their law enforcement to detain and remove criminal illegal aliens, you, sir, have done just the opposite.
Your attorney general is directing law enforcement to ignore ICE immigration detainers. Do you agree with the attorney general's guidance?
Well, Congressman, it's good to see you again, and thank you for being here. First, I would say as my job as governor of Minnesota is to make Minnesota the best state in the
Do
nation.
you agree with the attorney general's guidance?
Congressman, what I...
Hey, Chuck, how about you hit the link and come ask that question, and we can have a quick conversation about it as I progress with the rest of this live stream. But I see you in the chat, Chuck. I see you in the chat, Chuck. Active Chucks. He said, when are the FBAs going to organize to be a real movement? FBAs don't have to organize to be real. We're not a movement. It's a lineage. You tell me when any other lineage is going to be fully organized. You don't have to organize a lineage. It ain't, the FBA is not a movement. The movement is delineation. You see, y'all can't co-opt what the forward progress of what the culture is pushing. The movement for Aboriginal Indigenous peoples, aka FBAs, is delineation. Okay? That's the movement. You can't make a lineage a movement. We're lineage based. We're heritage representative. We're gatekeeping the culture.
I would say on this is that Minnesota follows all law. I would say
it's a very easy question.
You can't gatekeep the culture, but we can gatekeep our own. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, man, FBA would never be an organized lineage, dude. It's not a movement. Delineation is the movement. And so once we start organizing delineation, and that's all we're doing, but that's what we're doing right now. See, delineation was one of the biggest conversations in 2025, and now that delineation is kind of being represented throughout the nation. Because if you notice that they're putting TPS bans away, they got immigration bans, they stop in particular countries from even coming over here. It almost seems, and what I'm looking at is that the entire nation is now running off the energy of Black Americans. And now that the whole nation is delineating. Now the whole nation is delineating because the grassroots has been delineating. So that's been the forward conversation. Like I said, FBA is not an organization, brother.
Operate with ICE. While states like Florida and Virginia empower their law enforcement to detain and remove criminal illegal aliens, you, sir, have done just the opposite. Your attorney general.
Hey, block that weirdo dude named Active Chuck. He just want to lay down and lick his nuts in the chat. He don't have no real conversation like a man. And I'm not going to allow a bunch of weasels to spam my chat with that ignorant nonsense. So be real, Chuck.
General is directing law enforcement to ignore ICE immigration detainers. Do you agree with the attorney general's guidance?
Well, Congressman, it's good to see you again, and thank you for being here. First, I would say as my job as governor of Minnesota is to make Minnesota the best state in the nation.
Do you agree with the attorney general's guidance?
Congressman, what I would say on this is that Minnesota follows all law. I would say
it's a very easy question. And again, if you claim you're not a sanctuary state, you just claim that you support policies. You're not a sanctuary state, but you support policies that prevent ICE from doing their job.
Congressman,
isn't that right?
That is incorrect, Congressman. We follow the same laws when you were in the Minnesota House. The law has not changed.
If you'll allow me, I've got limited time. Well, that's what you tweeted, by the way, sir. And on May 23rd, 2018, you tweeted, quote, "I support policies that keep law enforcement from enforcing federal laws," close quote. On May 17th, just this spring at the University of Minnesota Law School's commencement ceremony, you said, quote, "Donald Trump's modern-day Gestapo is scooping folks up off the streets." When you said the words modern day Gestapo, you were referring to ICE agents. Gestapo, by the way, sir, was the official secret police of Hitler's Nazi Germany.
You hear how this guy is calling the federal government these particular hostile names?
Donald Trump's modern day Gestapo is scooping folks up off the streets. When you said the words modern day Gestapo, you were referring to ICE agents. Gestapo, by the way, sir, was the official secret police of Hitler's Nazi Germany. So you're calling ICE.
And they cooking him. This was just 2 days ago that they had this guy on the hot seat in front of the Senate of the state. They've been cooking this guy. They have been cooking this guy. I need y'all to tap in, man. Hit that like button and support the channel, family. Let's get a few people to hit that like button and support the channel. Also, let me say this. Shout out to Roger W. for supporting the channel. We do appreciate the love and support. And shout out to Mr. Calhoun. Shout out to Mr. Christopher Calhoun for supporting the channel as well. Make sure y'all show them some love. Roger W., Christopher Calhoun, and XL Raging Breath for being the 3 people that support today's live stream. We do appreciate the love, family. All right? We definitely do appreciate the love. So make sure y'all show them some love in the chat for support. But let's get back to this dude getting cooked, man. Tim Walz don't got shit to say.
ICE agents, modern day Nazis. Given the attacks on ICE agents that took place in Los Angeles over the weekend, don't you regard your dangerous inflammatory rhetoric as a problem?
The questions do you want me to answer first?
So, sir, it saddens me that you refuse to express regret from comparing ICE to Nazis. ICE agents are brave Americans who get up every morning, leave their families, and put their lives in harm's way to protect our country, sir. You, at the very least, owe an apology to these dedicated public servants. I will say, sir, inflammatory rhetoric such as yours and the other governors on this panel is responsible for putting a target on the back of every ICE agent who is risking their life to protect our communities. Minnesota is all too familiar, by the way, with the chaos that ensues when you refuse to work with law enforcement to enforce the law. In May 2020, looting, acts of violence, and arson occurred on your watch in Minneapolis after you refused to bring in the National Guard. Governor, your agenda is clear. Free healthcare, free college and driver's licenses for illegals while handcuffing law enforcement when they're trying to protect our citizens and their communities. If you think that's not a sanctuary state, you shouldn't be governor. By turning Minnesota into a magnet for illegals, you have opened up our communities to dangerous criminals, including known terrorists, gang members, murderers, and child predators. You have sent a resounding message that if you're a hardworking, law-abiding citizen of Minnesota, your safety and well-being are not the priorities of Tim Walz and his administration. But if you're coming to our state illegally, you're not only welcome with open arms, you're entitled to free stuff on the taxpayer's dime. This is absolutely disgraceful. Governor Walz, your sanctuary state agenda has been defined by your utter failure. You have failed to enforce the rule of law. You have failed to uphold our national sovereignty. And most importantly, you have failed the people of Minnesota. The time for radical sanctuary state policy, sir, is over. The voters made that clear last November when they elected President Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance. You remember him, don't you? Governor, the time for real leaders and real leadership is now. And with that, sir, actually, Mr. Chairman, I ask unanimous consent to introduce into the record the governor's tweet that I referenced from May 23rd, 2018, which makes it clear his hatred for federal law enforcement.
And like I said, that's why I feel like that Trump is now getting rid of half of the Somalians, which is the voting class for Tim Walz and Ilhan Omar. He's pretty much removing the voting class. They're not going to be there. That's why they're stepping down. But listen, I want y'all to listen to this big nose ass heifer, because she is one of the epitomes of a young, dumb wench. I'm going to just say that word. She's the epitome of a young, dumb wench, and I'm not for sure she's even a tether, but the way she's talking is definitely giving me tether vibes. But listen how these people try to downplay what we got going on. I want y'all to listen to how these people are literally provoking and actively pushing that we should be fighting ICE on behalf of illegal immigrants that is breaking crime, that is breaking the law and committing crimes. First of all, the term illegal must have mean that they committed a crime and broke the law. But listen to this damn idiot right here.
This is a post for my last video because a lot of people in the comments, ignorant people, black people specifically, want to keep saying it's not our fight, it's not our fight. Say it's not your fight, okay? Say you don't want to fight that fight, because me personally, I'm not gonna just stand back and be silent about nobody being treated any type of way in this country, because first of all, I live in this country. So if that can happen to a Nicaraguan woman in an ICE facility, I can only imagine what could happen to me when it's time for whatever type of stuff they want to start doing to black people, okay?
What are they going to do to you that they haven't already allegedly done? Jim Crow, redlining, gentrification, misclassification. Shut up, heifer. Was any of these people around with you? You must got a little immigrant boyfriend that you caping for, because this doesn't even make any no rightfully sense. You just sounding dumb as hell. Women, Aboriginal, FBA women, hey, don't sound like this damn fool.
Fight that fight, because me personally, I'm not gonna just stand back and be silent about nobody being treated any type of way in this country, because first of all, I live in this country. So if that can happen to a Nicaraguan woman.
Let me say this, family. Don't listen to this damn dumb blonde. She sounds like a dumb blonde. And let me say this right quick. Stand down, Aboriginal. Stand down, FBA. This is not our fight. Mission, focus. Delineation, the road to reparation and restitution. Stand down, family. This is not our fight.
In an ICE facility, I can
let ICE do what they do.
only imagine what could happen to me when it's time for whatever type of stuff they want to start doing to black people, okay? I'm never going to stay silent to a fight just because I feel like it doesn't apply to me, because that's not true. I'm a woman at the end of the day. And on top of that, I am black. A lot of black people don't want to be identified as a person of color, but let's be real. When it comes to race, and when it comes to this country, and when it comes to oppression, there's white and then there are people of color. And now when there's people of color, there's brown people and then there's black people, okay? And I know who I am and I know what fight I want to fight, and I'm going to fight the right fight, because if that can happen again, if that can happen to a Nicaraguan woman, I can only imagine what would happen to me. But it's not about that, okay? I'm not going to censor it on me and my problems, okay? Because at the end of the day, this is our country and we need to wake up. Black people, y'all want to say it's not our fight. Y'all don't even have no power. Y'all don't have no power to decide which fight is y'all fight, okay? Because
she just said y'all don't have no power. She's a tether. She starts speaking in second and third person. Oh, us black, we all black, but y'all don't have no right. Talking about black Americans. No, bitch, you's a tether. And you don't speak on behalf of us, you wide-nosed heifer. You don't speak on behalf of us. Our people are standing down. We're not fighting this shit. This is not our fight. Period. Now you mad.
Okay? I'm not going to censor it on me and my problems, okay? Because at the end of the day, this is our country and we need to wake up. Black people, y'all want to say it's not our fight. Y'all don't even have no power. Y'all don't have no power to decide which fight is y'all fight, okay? Because if y'all did have to fight, do you think you're going to win? Who are you fighting against? And what are you fighting for? Okay, that's the questions that y'all need to answer. Okay, I don't have no power to look at somebody else going through something and be like, oh, that's not our fight. Okay, because be for real, we're the bottom of the bottom in the world, in reality, and y'all feel like tooting your noses up and turning the other way.
Girl, if you don't shut the fuck up, how we at the bottom of the bottom when we make more money than most countries around the world? Shut up. How we at the bottom of the bottom when you think about black, a successful, rich, smart, intelligent, revered, followed, influential black person, you think of a black American. How the fuck are we at the bottom of the bottom, dummy? And when you think of black people's contributions and innovations, whether it comes to political or civil rights or even inventions and innovations, we rank supreme at that as well. When it comes to sports, we rank supreme as that as well. How do we look at it as at the bottom of the bottom? Are you dumb? You immigrants and dumb tethers are at the bottom of the bottom. That just pissed me off.
Okay, y'all don't have no power to look at somebody else going through something and be like, oh, that's not our fight. Okay, because be for real, we're the bottom of the bottom in the world, in reality, and y'all feel like tooting your noses up and turning the other way to somebody being mistreated is going to make what y'all are going through any better, do that. But I haven't seen nothing changed. Okay, I haven't seen nothing change. I don't see nobody out in suits with afros going black power and marching and making stuff happen. Y'all are not about that life for real. Okay, y'all just like to stack and talk and type. Okay, we all know what's going on. It's been going on for years in this country, but it's getting worse. That's the fact. Okay, so I want y'all to stop acting like y'all.
Girl, you look like you about 24 years old, girl. And you just was born in a millennium. You don't know shit about this hot damn world. You
It's
don't.
just too
And you
okay.
look like a new tether. You was a little chunky tether that done got full in America. And now you want to speak on behalf of America. If you don't sit your little chunky ass down.
So I want y'all to stop acting like y'all are just too good to acknowledge what's going on. Y'all lack so much sympathy. Y'all lack so much empathy, okay? And it's disgusting. That type of stuff is not going to get y'all anywhere. If you don't like my video, if you don't like the fact that I'm boohoo crying because that woman was raped for months just so that she could be able to see her child, if anything, it wasn't even about race. It's just about the fact that she was vulnerable and that she's a mother and that she's a woman, and that's the type of vulnerability that is being preyed on. Okay,
Man, stop running them little dry ass lips and get you something to drink, you little dry, chunky tether. You keep bumping your gums, spreading these lies. Send her taking these deep gulps and shit. Ain't your mouth dry and shit? You little chunky tether heifer. Shut up.
she was vulnerable and that she's a mother and that she's a woman, and that's the type of vulnerability that's being preyed on. Okay, that's what the video is about: vulnerability and being preyed on. Okay, it's not.
And listen, ain't nobody stopping your dumb ass from going down there and fight. We not fighting. We standing down. Now you take your little raggedy ass down there, get some cans, some bricks, and go stand with Antifa and them and go fight against the federal government if you want to, you dummy. Go down there and start fighting and getting in their way and take your vehicle and try to ram them. Go ahead, fight against them and bet you get done like Renee Good. I bet you get done like Nicole Good.
Not about race. Those circumstances were taken advantage of. The situation with ICE putting people into camps, that's being taken advantage of. They are vulnerable right now. That's why that was happening. But Black people are always vulnerable. Stuff is always going to happen to us. Okay, we get it. But we're not going to just act like it's not happening to them. Okay, you're in your home, you're safe, you're on this keyboard. Those people are locked up in camps, and you're saying it's not our fight. They can't fight. So what fight are they fighting? They're not fighting. That's the point.
Girl, if you don't calm your little chunky ass down, getting all loud and crump and close to the screen. You don't sit your little fat ass down. We don't want to hear your little ass, your little chunky tether. You ain't doing nothing but doing a little bunch of tether babbling and splaining. And this one right here is another babbling tether. She needs to be gone. And that's coming from the Tether Task Force. We got us one, guys. She got a warrant out for her arrest. She is a tether. Get her ass. We're going to find your ass on social media. Her name is Your Mama Don't Wear No Drawers. No, bitch, you don't wear no drawers. Hey, y'all go find her account. Send it to me. She's going down.
But we're not.
The Tether Task Force has issued a warrant for this fat, chunky little tether.
The situation with ICE putting people into camps, that's being taken advantage of. They are vulnerable right now. That's why that was happening. But Black people are always vulnerable. Stuff is always going to happen to us. Okay, we get it. But we're not going to just act like it's not happening to them. Okay, you're in your home, you're safe, you're typing on this keyboard. Those people are locked up in camps, and you're saying it's not our fight. They can't fight. So,
nigga, it's not our fight. Talking about these people locked up in camps, and y'all acting like it ain't our fight. Your little chunky tether, what are you talking about?
It's always going to happen to us. Okay, we get it. But we're not going to just act like it's not happening to them. Okay, you're in your home, you're safe, you're typing on this keyboard. Those people are locked up in camps, and you're saying it's not our
Your mama always, then your mama tell you don't go fucking with them people. They not fucking with us. They not fucking with us, lady. Why we gotta go mess with them people? Talking about you on your keyboard, you over there eating snacks, and they over there locked in cages, getting snatched up by ICE. Man, if you don't shut your little chunky ass up, man, we not about to go mess with those people. We not
happening. But Black people are always vulnerable. Stuff is always going to happen to us. Okay, we get it. But we're not going to just act like it's not happening to them. Okay, you're in your home, you're safe, you're typing on this keyboard. Those people are locked up in camps, and you're saying it's not our fight. They can't fight. So what fight are they fighting?
Man, these people trying to set us up for failure, family. Listen to me. Stand down, Aboriginal. Stand down, FBA. They want you out the way, family. They want you to go down there because we don't got no gripe with ICE. So we just going to all go down there, put ourselves in harm's way, possibly get locked up with charges on us, or possibly even unalived. These people want you out the way, man. Immigrants and tethers want foundational Black Americans gone, man. And delineation has made these people start showing their true colors, man. This girl, this big chunky tether is crashing out on us, man. Why is this chunky tether crashing out on us like that, family? Can y'all answer that? Why is the chunky tether crashing out on the family? We ain't did nothing to nobody. We just said we ain't fighting. You want to sit online and they in cages. If you don't shut your chunky ass up, shout out to the real ones in the building, man. We got some real FBA in the building. Drop some fire emojis if y'all in the building rocking out with your brother Aboriginal Power. This is the Hood Journey. Y'all support this channel. This channel is not monetized yet. We on the road to get monetized. And we just, let me stop and play this right quick. Hold on. Special announcement. We're going to get back to cooking these tethers, but I got to make a special announcement right quick. Shout out to all the family that has subscribed over the last few months. Over the last month, we just hit another milestone marker, family. We recently just hit 44,000 subs over here on this channel, man. 44,000 subs. Shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. We are growing. Keep hitting that like button. Keep sharing the live stream. And listen, man, let me say this because I figured out some new tips and trades to the algorithm. Make sure y'all subscribe, check the notification bell, and make sure that your notifications is turned on to all notifications. And also, family, hitting that like button and sharing the live stream while also hashtagging Aboriginal Power tremendously help this channel get put in the algorithm. So, man, salute to the real ones in the building for helping a brother reach this huge milestone. Keep supporting the channel. 44,000 subs we just hit over here. Turn up. We just did that. But listen, man, let's get back into cooking these muffin tethers, man. Hit that like button, thumb up the video, and support the channel. Let's go.
They're not fighting. That's the point, is that they're not fighting. You're sitting at home, you're watching TV, you're eating your food, you're on your phone being big, fat, and lazy, and being nasty. It's not right. So hush, because I'm going to cry, and I'm going to speak up for what's right. I'm going to speak for what I want to, and I'm going to speak for what's on my heart, and y'all aren't going to tell me who to speak for and who not to, okay? Because when I speak up for Black people, I'm going to, and I do every day. I'm a Black woman. When I speak, I'm speaking for Black people. I'm representing Black people, and y'all are a poor representation of our community, okay? Period. Don't tell nobody what to fight for. I want you to mind y'all business, and I want you to stop talking to me because I'm not the one. Okay? Thank you.
Man, you little chunky tether. You go out there and fight if you want to. And that's why these people don't even understand. But listen, this particular clip I'm just going to throw in here because this particular Liberian African is being asked a question by another African. And listen to what he says. The clear difference is between Black Americans and Africans. Listen.
People out here is not from Africa?
They're not from Africa. No
They
Black
from-
people is from Africa.
They from out here, right?
You guys are literally from out here. Africans don't even want to be playing with you guys. Like, that is the difference. Africans is totally separate.
Oh, hold on. Where you from?
I'm from Liberia.
From Liberia. And you trying to tell these people that I'm trying to tell them that they're not African.
They're not.
They are already. I don't know why they don't want to hear.
There was black people already here, bro.
Already here, but they want to say.
And it wasn't even Native American, bro. It was just dark.
Right.
Right, man. That's what I be trying to tell people. Native Americans is even being deported. Native Americans is even being deported. You see what I'm saying? Hold on. I want y'all to listen to this right quick. Hold on. Hold on, because we got more Somalian fried shit going on, but I need y'all to pay attention to this. I want y'all to pay attention to this. All right. But nah, the brother was dropping some heat right there. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. Let's get to this next clip, though. My bad.
And a Fox News alert also in Minnesota, the convicted ringleader of one of the state's biggest fraud schemes is speaking to Fox News from behind bars. Now, she believes that the scam was no surprise to local Democratic leaders, and she's naming names. She spoke to Alexis McAdams. Hi, Alexis.
Hey, Dana. Yeah, so everywhere you look in the state of Minnesota, right, there seems to be another fraud scam. So this one involves Amy Bach. She's a Minnesota woman convicted of fraud for taking taxpayer money that was meant to feed hungry kids. But listen to this. Bach tells me the real issue here is the state of Minnesota, which she says kept giving scammers your taxpayer money even after they were flagged as fraudsters.
I have to believe that the governor's office and Keith.
So look, this lady right here on the screen is pretty much the ringleader of the scammers in Minnesota. Now listen, there's been a lot of people that has been charged, indicted, and now investigated for fraud in Minnesota, right? Now, 80% of the people that has been investigated and that is being apprehended for fraud in Minnesota is Somalian, 80%. But now the ringleader behind this shit is this lady by herself. I believe she scammed $250 million by herself from taxpayers' monies using the same Somalian scam.
Ellison's office were aware of this. They've said they were involved in helping the FBI. They've said they were made aware. But apparently I'm scary, so they couldn't do anything.
So Bach ran this nonprofit called Feeding Our Future. You might have heard of it. It was one of dozens convicted in this 250.
God damn. Damn. She looked like Night of the Living Dead. Man, what the hell? She was a meth head scamming like that? She spent $250 million on meth. This lady looked like a straight up fiend.
$50 million scam. You can see her mugshot there. Prosecutors say this group set up sham restaurants. They pretended they were making these meals. They got paid by the state for those meals, but they just pocketed the cash. Bach, who's looking at 30 years behind bars, tells me the state signed off on those businesses, not her.
It all went through a process. They were all approved. They were all paid by the state, yet all the fingers are being pointed at me.
And it's not just Bach. Whistleblowers told a congressional committee Minnesota Governor Tim Walz and Attorney General Keith Ellison there ignored warnings as for.
Man, he ignored warnings because he was getting money. He ignored it because he was funneling that shit too. All these niggas is in cahoots with this shit, man. The whole damn state government representative is a bunch of agents. Only recently somebody was able to wiggle in or got tired of it or wasn't getting enough money and became a whistleblower and told on the whole damn operation. This shit been going on since they started allowing Somalians to even start coming into this damn country. The damn local government is involved. Throw the whole damn state, throw the whole damn city away. The whole state just need to go at this point. Just throw it away and give it to a bunch of real niggas and let them do what real niggas always do. Make that shit great again. You understand what I'm saying? Give it to a bunch of FBA designated that we gonna make it great again. Fendi facts. because it's just a bunch of corruption and fraud going on. They need a whole new house up that thing. They need a whole new seating up that thing. And I think they need to fill it with the Aboriginals and FBAs that is dedicated to making America great again for the real Americans. You understand what I'm saying? Like, for real. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. Let's get right to it.
Years as millions of dollars and millions were stolen on their watch. Congress is investigating a long list of massive fraud schemes in the state. It's hard to keep up. Prosecutors say it's led to at least $9 billion in fraud, Dana, and counting. Congress also asking why the attorney general there would meet with a group of Somali fraudsters, which were under FBI investigation in 2021. The group can be heard in an audio clip given to us by Bach's lawyer, offering to donate to his campaign if he can help them get their funding flowing again. Ellison denies any wrongdoing here. He slammed Bach in a statement to Fox, calling her a liar and manipulator, adding now she's on a media tour to deflect her guilt onto others instead of finally taking responsibility for this fraud scheme that she ran. So we reached out to Governor Walz too, Dana. He didn't get back to us. House Republicans say it's just getting started. They want to subpoena Walz and Ellison because they say they're responsible for ripping off American taxpayers.
My bad, y'all. But listen, let me just say this right quick. There's too much fraud going on in these particular areas.
So here's the
and speaking of fraud going on in these motherfucking areas, the whole Black Panther Party is a damn fraud. You see that new Black Panther Party shit coming up with the little Puerto Rican guy talking about he here to help protect illegal immigrants. The guy that you see faded in the back right side of this thumbnail right here. Listen, this guy's name is Paul Lawrence Birdsong. Okay? Look him up, family. His name is Paul Lawrence Birdsong. He's allegedly the chairman of this fake new Black Panther Party, and he's out here pushing to Black Americans that they should be fighting for illegal immigrants. Don't that sound suspicious? Absolutely. Why is the Puerto Rican telling Black Americans that they should be fighting against ICE when ICE ain't even doing nothing to Black Americans? He's a damn fool. And this guy is a paid agent. We know he's a co-opted agent. Us Black Americans already understand what's going on. And one of the nieces of the Black Panthers members spoke on this whole situation. I want y'all to listen to this right quick.
So here's the most important thing. When you guys sit up here and sound ignorant and sit here and say, oh, the Republicans are racist and blah, 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 you guys sound so fucking ignorant, okay? Remember, Abraham Lincoln was a Republican. Abraham Lincoln was the one who freed the slaves. Abraham Lincoln was the one who was assassinated in the balcony of a fucking theater. Why? Because he freed the slaves. And guess what? The Democrats ain't never wanted y'all Negroes to be free. But I'm going to do y'all a favor. I want y'all to go listen to Malcolm X, one of his very last speeches, when he says the most dangerous and detrimental thing to the Black man is the white liberal. Google it. So here's the most important thing.
He dropped some heat right there. And that could be possibly true that the white liberal is one of the most detrimental things, but it's easy to attack a liberal. I put them all in the same bucket: a liberal, a conservative, a Democrat, a Republican. You feel me? They all the damn same. I look at them like a shit sandwich without the bread, or a shit sandwich with the bread. You feel me? With or without the bread, it's still a shit sandwich. It doesn't even matter. It really doesn't even matter. This is why it's so much corruption that we're not getting involved with it. See, at one point in time before delineation, all this Somalian fraud, they would have said, oh, black people in Somalia are scamming. It would have been all dumped on black people to clean up their mess. All this fraud that's going on amongst these Somalian Africans in Somalia a few years ago before delineation, they would have cloaked them as black people, and all this scamming would have been dumped on black people and left for us to clean up. No, we're not dealing with that bullshit, man. Straight up, we're not dealing with that bullshit. We're delineating. We're on the road to reparation. A lot of these government officials, a lot of the political parties, a lot of these big political channels are listening in to the grassroots because the grassroots is really keying in to the actual issue that is actually devastating and causing disruption in America. And like I said, it was the illegal immigration issue. We know it was the scamming issue. We've been calling out African scammers for a long time. And we understand that America has not been allocated to. We need to start prioritizing Americans. You see what I'm saying? And we understanding that black immigrants is trying to stop that, but they speaking on behalf of us when they're not us. And I believe that mainstream America and the rest of the nation is understanding the tetherism and that delineation is a must. I think the entire nation is now in delineation. And I believe that the entire nation will, at the end of this year, understand what and who the damn tethers is and who the black and Aboriginal Americans is, family. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. Drop those fire emojis in the motherfucking chat. Let's go. All right, hold on. Drop those fire emojis in the chat. Let's go.
The America I knew before these libs started to burn it down, that America was worth dying for. But when I heard this, I didn't even know how to react.
Thank you, Representative Omar. We are so grateful for your incredible leadership, for your courage, and for your representation.
Leadership for what? Courage? Not only do they not know what America is, they don't have any idea what courage is. You see, in my mind, this was courage. Thousands of young men who gave everything, who lied about their age to storm the beaches of Normandy into a hail of bullets that almost guaranteed to kill them, raised the flag after 36 days on the Battle of Iwo Jima at top of Mount Suribachi. Courage is what kept my country out of the hands of communists like those people who are letting people out of jail on no cash bail, who want to no checks on illegal immigrants. Some of those are from her own country of Somalia, who have killed American citizens, who take our benefit that are paid for by good, God-fearing people who work their fingers to the bone and their backs to the breaking point so we can have stock shelves so they can waltz in there and get a vegan tea and some tofu. Courage? I've put friends in boxes who have courage. Drape the flag over the same people that those libs proclaim to hate. They aren't courageous. They're cowards. They're rabid activists that hates everything that everybody I know and love died for. Getting driven around by a motorcade from your Capitol Hill office with your armed guards while you try to take our guns. You speak like you've sacrificed something, Jayapal. You haven't sacrificed anything, ever. So no, thank you for nothing. You represent nothing about America. You, Ilhan Omar, you represent a district that's being investigated for billions of dollars in fraud from a country that is nothing like America. And you came.
Hey, man, I agree with damn near everything he said. I'm going to have to say, let this man cook. He fed up with him just like I'm fed up with him. It seems like they're picking up on the Aboriginal and FBA energy. It seems like they want to delineate from the rest of the world as well. Delineation for the nation. That's the road to reparation for our people, family. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. If you FBA and are Aboriginal, drop a fire emoji in the chat. Let me know what city and what state you in. I want to know if the algorithm sending out the notifications and where actually the notifications and algorithm is tapping into right now. So hit that like button, share this live stream, and subscribe to the channel if you ain't already subscribed. Let's go.
Who work their fingers to the bone and their backs to the breaking point so we can have stock shelves so they can waltz in there and get a vegan tea and some tofu. Courage? I've friends in boxes who have courage. Drape the flag over the same people that those libs proclaim to hate. They aren't courageous. They're cowards. They're rabid activists that hates everything that everybody I know and love died for. Getting driven around by a motorcade from your Capitol Hill office with your armed guards while you try to take our guns. You speak like you've sacrificed something, Jayapal. You haven't sacrificed anything, ever. So no, thank you for nothing. You represent nothing about America. You, Ilhan Omar, you represent a district that's being investigated for billions of dollars in fraud from a country that is nothing like America. And you came here by our good graces, by the way. So much so that you left your own country to rot and you came here. You're in a district that's recruited more terrorists than any other in the United States. And as she sits back in her chair, look at her. Look at that face, that smirk. She thinks she crushed that speech. Meanwhile, anybody who's ever given anything to something bigger than themselves is watching that, and they're ashamed that she ever got elected to Congress. So, yeah, I'd love to go back to the country that people like Ilhan Omar escaped to. But she's so historically illiterate and ideologically blind that she has no idea how far her vision is from the reality that, quite frankly, I'd still be honored to fight.
Right. She's absolutely a retard, in other words. And I believe that no illegal immigrant should be in Congress.
There's about
hold on, I want to play this clip, but before I get into this, I don't believe that no illegal immigrant should be in Congress. That's just me. I believe it's for the protection of our country and for the nation. You feel what I'm saying? At some point in time, we got to be able to protect the infrastructure and the integrity of this nation. And at the end of the day, us as Black Americans, the true Americans, is the last line of defense in this country. So we're going to have to start establishing something, but we need our tangibles, we need remedy, we need restitution and reparations, family. Drop a fire emoji if y'all agree with that. All right? Drop a fire emoji if y'all agree with that. Also, man, we got 169 people in here listening right now on YouTube. Shout out to everybody that's listening in on Instagram as well. But let's get everybody to share the live stream, man. If you're really enjoying this live stream, support the channel. Cash App information is in the chat. Also, family, if you really want to shop, we got some fire merch that is available for the family. So go ahead and shop with BAPClothing.store, family. If you're not hip and if you haven't heard about it, make sure you guys go shop with BAPClothing.store, man. It's my official website. You can go and get some of the Cultures merch. You can get some of my classic culture and custom brand and standard brand merchandise, but also you can get something that definitely represents the culture and represents the nation. There's different color patterns. Everything is fire. Everything is high quality. Also, family, go check out BAPClothing.store. We got a bunch available styles for the family. So go check out BAPClothing.store. If you want to go check out the official website, that website link is in the chat. Okay. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. Make sure y'all go check out BAPClothing.store. Okay. We need the family to go check out the clothing. Support your brother, Aboriginal Power. All right. So we got some more heat to get back into. So let's get back into some more of these conversations, man. I don't want to slow down the momentum. So let's get right back into some more of this heat. Hit that like button, share the live stream.
He's on the track, on the track, on the track, on the track, on the track.
For the stats, I be beating the odds. And the blood, it be making me calm. Ride the turbines just like I'm Saddam. I'ma blow it just like I'm a bomb. I'ma leave it.
There's about to be a massive political shakeup here in Minnesota. Let's lay the groundwork. So yesterday, Attorney General Pam Bondi arrived here in Minnesota, and shortly after that, subpoenas were given to both the Minneapolis and St. Paul mayors, Attorney General Keith Ellison, Governor Tim Walz, over their potential criminal obstruction of ICE enforcement here in Minnesota. And this is no small deal. On top of that, Kristi Noem apparently will be in town today, Wednesday. She told News Nation last night that today there should be arrests regarding the individuals who went and stormed the church on Sunday, the activists that protested the city's church in St. Paul. So you're looking at prominent Democrat leaders, former members of Black Lives Matter like Nikema Levy-Armstrong, but also potential fallen news media personalities like Don Lemon. On top of that, J.D. Vance is heading here to Minnesota on Thursday. Now, with President Donald Trump in Switzerland for the Freedom 250 Summit in Davos, it's clear that he wants his administration right now focused here on Minnesota. I'm still convinced that Governor Tim Walz is going to have to drop out as governor, resign as governor, because whoever runs for governor in his place since he dropped out is going to be saddled with all of his baggage if he is still sitting there in office. With all of these pieces falling into place, I believe, again, we're about to see a political shakeup here in Minnesota.
That's what I was just saying. It's no choice. You get rid of most of the voting power, and it's all corrupt. It's going to be a literal shift. That's literally what I just got done saying. And I believe that that's exactly what's about to go down, family. And I believe the world is understanding this delineation movement. I don't think people realize how important I believe that this delineation movement truly is, family. I don't think people realize how important this delineation movement is. See, they try to disguise and hold off as long as they can under these protests, and that's why they really promoting and inciting a lot of these antagonists to go at ICE, because once ICE clear up this illegal immigration issue, the government is going to be butt naked and the skirt is going to be pulled down, and the fingerprints is always going to lead back to the local government and having their hands in this fraud. You see what I'm saying? Which is going to get right back into the main topic of conversation. So this whole Nicole Good thing has just been heavily promoted in propaganda to try to slow the momentum of the actual effect of local government and working hand in hand with the immigrants of scamming taxpayers' money. So let's get into this whole Renee Cole Good thing, which is kind of stopping this whole momentum shit right now. But I believe that the family and the local government actually understands the delineation and who these tethers are. So let's get it right into it, family.
Online, they are letting everybody know that this is what it's about. They're letting everybody know that this is what it is about. And a lot of folks here are worried, and they should be. They should be, especially when you see the paradigms starting to change. Especially when you see the paradigms starting to change. Now, I want to go a little bit further here because there's some housekeeping that needs to be done. There's some housekeeping that needs to be done here. And I don't want to get too far along here. But there's somebody else out there, you know, who is currently getting their wake-up call. And I would be remiss if I didn't cover this. I'd be remiss if I didn't cover this. Oh, Byron Donalds. Byron Donalds is running for...
So listen, before we get into this next little clip, man, let's get a few people to support the channel. We had 3 people support today's live stream. I will put the link to the website in there one more time for those that do want to shop and check out some of the merchandise. But let's get a few people to support today's live stream. The goal is to get 10 people to support each and every live stream. The Cash App information is in the chat. We're going to spin the block. We're going to take a quick break. Don't go nowhere, family. I mean, don't go nowhere. We got some heat to get into. We about at the halfway marker right now. So let's get into this next segment. Hit that like button, thumb up the video. It's your brother Aboriginal Power, the Hood Journalist. Let's go.
I'm on the block with the snakes and the rats and the cops, so I gotta hide it. All of my top, put all of my dick in the stomach, I give it a Heimlich. Really was broke, I come from the bottom of New York, now I need the finest. All of my bitches, they be the finest. All of my diamonds, they be the finest. All of my fabrics, they be the finest. Put on the ladder and came at staging. All of these VVs, now they blind. Know my persona, really enticing. Bet on that pussy, just like I'm Tyson. Hit on that pussy, just like it's lightning. Back to that money, I'm not dying. I got a touch for the money like Midas. Out to my hood, I try to unite it. I know the feds, they wanna indict it. Gun in my leg, I come invited. Run over drip, them boys are biting. She love with me, got her excited. She like the nigga, no stones on my eyes. I got a touch for the money like Midas. Out to my hood, I try to unite it. I'm on the block with the snakes and the rest in the cops, so I gotta hide it. All on my top, put all of my dick in the stomach, I give it a Heimlich. Really was broke, I come from the bottom of New York, now I need the finest. All of my bitches, they be the finest. All of my diamonds, they be the finest. All of my fabrics, they be the finest. Put on the ladder and came back striking. All these VVs, now they blind. Know my persona, really enticing. Bought on that pussy, just like I'm Tyson. Hit on that pussy, just like I'm lightning. Back to that money, I'm not dying. I got a touch for the money like Midas. I got a touch for the money like Midas. I got a touch for that money like Midas. All of my bitches, they be the finest. All of my diamonds, they be the finest. All of my fabrics, they be the finest. They be the finest. They be the finest. They be the finest. They be the
Governor of Florida, he is kissing every ass cheek he can get his hands on down there. So he is doing whatever, whenever, however. So he's looking to finally cash in that ass kissing voucher that he's been holding now for years. He's finally looking to do that. Well, Tucker Carlson got to having a conversation with one of the guys running against Byron Donalds. He got to having a conversation with this fella here. And I want to play a part of the interview for you all so you can see how it went and you can hear it for yourselves so that we can validate to you all that if you want to know whether or not our message got through, if you want to know whether or not we've changed the national narrative, do not believe me. Believe all these other people. As I told you,
and I've been stating this for a while now, the conversations from the Aboriginal and the FBA grassroots has literally changed the national narrative from delineation. Hopefully the reparations is going to be in the next part of this conversation in 2026, being one of the main forward conversations amongst our people. Also, while still standing on delineation, also they're understanding the tetherism. We're bringing awareness. We're bringing tether awareness. So now the nation is understanding the difference between a Black American, Aboriginal, Indigenous American, and a foreign Black that's in America. You feel what I'm saying?
If you're waiting on a headline from the New York Times or the LA Times telling you that the Black empowerment agenda has changed and no one's talking about diplomas and scholarships and desegregation anymore, and that it's changed to something different, you're going to be dying waiting for that. It won't happen. Here's how the interview went.
Thing you need to know about my opponent, Byron Donalds.
What I know Byron, and I've always gotten along with him. He's super cheerful. I didn't realize, is he ideological? I've never detected that.
No. So I call him a slave.
Yeah. And they called you a racist for that?
They did. Which is actually quite interesting because I got a call from the Foundational Black American Society here in Florida who.
What? Let me run that back one more again.
Is he ideological? I've never detected that.
No. So I call him a slave.
Yeah. And they called you a racist for that?
They did. Which is actually quite interesting because I got a call from the Foundational Black American Society here in Florida who reminded me that Byron's mother is Jamaican, he is Panamanian, and they found it quite insulting in their words that he would try to claim victimhood of slavery, not a single descendant of American slaves in his family.
Damn! Damn!
Oh, man. So wait a minute. Our talking points did what now? And yes, I know about the interview that he did with the young lady. So I know about that. There's a reason I didn't say anything before, and this was what I was waiting on. I wanted to see if this thing went parabolic. That's what I was waiting for. Folks, the exact talking points. Now, understand, there's only one place that came from. That didn't come from 15 different places. That didn't originate in 15 different things. Damn sure didn't come from Democrats, MSNBC, or the New York Times. There's only one place that came from. Just one. And it's not just about the talking points or the words. It's about the intent. It's about the ideology behind the words. Notice none of them are pushing back on it. Did you notice that? They're not pushing back on it, and they're not arguing. As a matter of fact, you're about to hear Tucker agree with it. What? You're about to hear Tucker agree. I'm going to go ahead and let the whole thing play here now. Now that we got the preface out of the way.
Endorsing a member of Congress who told innocent children who were literally Byron Donalds.
What I know Byron, and I've always gotten along with him. He's super cheerful. I didn't realize, is he ideological? I've never detected that.
No. That's why I call him a slave.
Yeah. And they called you a racist for that?
They did. Which is actually quite interesting because I got a call from the Foundational Black American Society here in Florida who reminded me that Byron's mother is Jamaican, he is Panamanian, and they found it quite insulting in their words that he would try to claim victimhood of slavery, not a single descendant of American slaves in his family.
I like those foundational guys.
They're so good.
Tariq Nasheed and all. I mean, I don't agree with everything.
Is that not organized? It was a dummy in the chat earlier saying, y'all not organized. We're not a movement. We don't got to organize as a movement. We're going to be organized as a people because this is lineage based. And you see how the conversation is making its way to some of the biggest political persuading platforms. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. This is the Wake and Bake Show. Shout out to Khalil Finch. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in, listening in on YouTube, whether you're listening on the YouTube short or whether you're listening in the standard format. Shout out to everybody that's listening in on Instagram, man. Drop those fire emojis, Instagram. I see you. I see y'all over there. All right, share this live stream, man. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. This is your brother, Aboriginal Power, the Hood Journalist. Let's go.
Nigga, what?
Nigga, what?
Nigga, what?
Yeah, folks, hell froze over and thawed out. Yeah, for those of you who might have been wondering, by the way, Jason, did you bring the goods? I brought the goods. Yeah, people, hell froze over and thawed out. You heard that with your own ears. He say he like us. Oh, man. Jason, we just thought you had some minor points tonight. Oh, no. We going in the deep end of the water.
In their words, that he would try to claim victimhood of slavery, not a single descendant of American slaves in his family.
I like those foundational guys.
They're so good.
Tariq Nasheed and all. I mean, I don't agree with everything, but they've got a perspective. If your family's been here 400 years and the descendants of a lot of American slaves or families have been here 400 years, I don't know. I think that gives... I'll listen to you. Like you've
100%.
You've got a point of view that is legitimate, I think.
Yeah. And they're unequivocally heritage Americans.
That's for sure.
100%.
I mean, they're definitely heritage Americans, if anyone is. And, someone rolls in from Ghana and
Now, I could keep going, and yes, he does.
He even gave you an instance. Where he even spoke on these people and called these people tethers. Now, we know that these people are using these terms because we're changing the national narrative. And he goes on to use and call Byron Donaldson a tether, but he doesn't just does this on one occasion. He does this quite frequently. As a matter of fact, let me play this clip right quick so y'all can understand what I'm talking about.
Challenging topic for people. However, I want people to be able to see how, unfortunately, when we have immigrants to come into our country, Americans can't do politics. We have to be able to do politics for Americans. And this is something that we have to tackle. What are your thoughts about that?
Well, that's right. And let's just be completely honest of what Byron Donalds is. Byron Donalds is a tether. He is not an American descendant.
Wait a minute, James. How do you know the term tether?
He is a tether. He is.
So the guy uses the term tether quite frequently. He actually understands it. He explains and elaborates on what the term actually means, family. I need y'all to understand that. So we're changing the national narrative, family. So I need y'all that's listening in. I need the family that's listening in. Stay on code, family. Stay on code. Now we need remedy, family. Since we know that they're listening, now we need reparations on the conversations. We need our remedy. You won't hear too much from us. We'll be able to build and create generational wealth for the rest of our people, which is easily we should be compensated for. And so remedy is the next thing. That's why I say delineation is the road to reparations. Reparations is the topic of the conversation, family. Keep staying on code. Keep doing what we're doing, family. If ain't nobody told you, y'all keep doing y'all work, man. We are the greatest to ever do it. This is one of the changing things in history, family. Shout out to y'all. We are literally changing things right now. This is going down in history right now, family. You guys right now, whether you know it or not, is part of history. Thank you, guys. Thank the family that is standing on business and delineating. Man, let's get right back into some more of this heat. If you're not subscribed to this channel, what are you doing, family? Come on now, gang. What are you doing, gang? Go ahead and subscribe. So, brother, Aboriginal Power, man. Let's get right back to some more of this heat.
Now, I could keep going, and yes, he does talk about the tether thing here in a moment. But by the way, people, when I told you Tucker's going to endorse us in just a moment.
And let me say this right quick. Shout out to Bridget too. Shout out to my sister Bridget for supporting the channel, being the fourth person to support the channel. Now we do got a goal set for this channel to try to get 10 people to support. I know we got the Aboriginals and the FBA in the building, so I know we're gonna reach the goal. I don't know if y'all heard it yet, but we got a goal to hit 10 people to support the channel. We at 4. All we need is 6 more to hit the goal. The Cash App information is in the chat. Go ahead and support the channel. Let's reach that goal.
Jason, you're overstating it. Jason, you're exaggerating. Tucker would never do that. And then you just heard it. By the way, he didn't just endorse it. He endorsed us as heritage Americans.
You know, you've got a point of view that is legitimate, I think.
Yeah. And they're unequivocally heritage Americans.
That's for sure.
100%.
They're definitely heritage Americans.
Unequivocally heritage Americans, meaning we the original Americans. That's what I get from it. That's what I get from it.
Americans, if anyone is.
Okay, now we got to get Ann Coulter over here, by the way. All right, folks. All right. If anyone wondered whether or not our ideology, our statements, our perspective, if anyone wondered if we run the yard now, if anyone wondered if it got through, if anyone wondered whether these people heard what we were saying, people, we have been heard and seen at the very highest levels, at the very highest echelons. The goal now among the Democrats is to silence us and act like we don't exist. Everybody knows. They know our ideology inside out, upside down. when I said 5 years ago that ADOS was dead. What? Okay. You better get with the program, folks. It is what it is. It's no longer on the sidelines. It's no longer fringe, and it's no longer in the underground. It's broken containment. It's gone parabolic. It's gone pandemic. Oh, I know it's hurting your feelings. I know you're mad as hell. I get it. I know you're angry. You got some haters in the chat room. It's just, boy, have you ever had ulcers that felt like somebody was kicking your stomach from the inside? Damn! Oh, man, the haters can't take it. The haters are screaming. Oh, man, the haters like, I'll be damned. We didn't never think y'all would win. We didn't ever think that would happen. Yeah, you wanted to know what our culture is. Now you know. Oh, you want to know if our culture was winning. Now you know. Oh, we didn't need MSNBC or Joy Reid or any of the other live-in traders to tell us. No, we didn't. Jason's been saying this the entire time. Yes, I have. So, no, you're not going to get a press release from the...
At the end of the day, man, we don't give a damn. We just understand that the national narrative must be changed. That's all we need is the national narrative to be changed. We don't want no camaraderie. We're not trying to ally with the colonizer or any political class or Europeans or anything like that. We just want our remedy. We just want our remedy. That's all. We just now need our conversations to be heard. Our conversations have been blocked because we had Black immigrants acting like us, getting into these political positions and then speaking on behalf of us. You see what I'm saying? So now that the national narrative, and now that we have been delineating on the grassroots, the national narrative is now, okay, now we must delineate, and now we see the delineation. As a matter of fact, these people are tethered and these people ain't. There's a difference. And so once that is clear and was broke down and understood, now we understand that reparations and remedies must be the next conversation. Shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. Drop some fire emojis if y'all are in the building. Drop them fire emojis. Shout out to everybody that is in here, man. I do appreciate everybody for sliding through, giving me an ear. If y'all just can do your boy one favor and hit that like button and share the live stream, man. Share the live stream. We appreciate that. We're going to keep cooking a little bit. Let's go.
White House. You're not going to get a headline from the New York Times. They are going to keep denying it until the day that one of us is sitting in the White House. If you're expecting the mainstream corporate media to concede defeat, you're going to be waiting forever. The fight's already over. They are not going to concede defeat. They're just going to keep claiming that the battle is still ongoing. Everybody heard us. There are those who have heard us and those who are pretending that they didn't hear us because acknowledging it is too devastating to their psyche. People, the message has gotten through. I said this 7-8 years ago. I said this when Hillary Clinton was running for president. The message has gotten through. Everyone now is organized and trying to deny it, but if they were to be totally honest with you, they would tell you not only have they heard the message, cut the check. Not only have they heard the message, cut the check, they know our entire ideology and exactly what we're talking about. They know it. They know the ins and outs and the intricacies of our ideology and our perspective. None of us are looking to a preacher. We're not looking to the clergy. We're not looking to the civil rights activists. Everybody knows it now. Everyone. So this hurts a lot of feelings. I saw when the dude was talking to the female there before. I saw that, and I was just like, okay, I'm waiting for something else. I saw that interview, and I'm like, let me hold back a moment because I'm waiting for another shoe to drop. Well, the other shoe dropped. Let me go back and play this one more again because we had some more folks enter the chat room. We had some more people enter the chat room. I want to play this for you all again. If you wondered if our ideology has broken through, it was Jason exaggerating years ago, or whether it's the truth, don't believe me, believe our enemies.
Foundational Black American Society here in Florida, who reminded me that Byron's mother is Jamaican, he is Panamanian, and they found it quite insulting, in their words, that he would try to claim victimhood of slavery without a single descendant of American slaves in his family.
I like those foundational guys.
They're so good.
Tariq Nasheed and all. I mean, I don't agree with everything, but they've got a perspective. If your family's been here 400 years, and the descendants of a lot of American slaves, or families have been here 400 years, I don't know. I think that gives. I'll listen to you. Like, you've got a point of view that is legitimate, I think.
Yeah. And they're unequively heritage Americans.
That's for sure.
100%.
They're definitely heritage Americans, if anyone is. And, someone rolls in from Ghana and gets an MSNBC slot and starts speaking on behalf of Black people. It's like, shut up, honey. You've got nothing to do with this.
Right.
That's
Literally.
a fair perspective.
Right.
I think.
Now, I wonder who he's referring to there, because he said, shut up, honey. So is he referring to a certain female?
What?
Okay.
And so it's good to actually see them call them out for that. That's actually cultural appropriation. Appropriating the struggle of slavery.
I totally agree.
And the struggle of slavery was real. I don't think Republicans ever want to really whitewash that. It's real, right? But
okay, Ron DeSantis and Republicans regularly whitewash slavery. So no, Republicans do that all the time. As a matter of fact, that's part of their pardon trade.
We're against slavery.
We're against it.
Whether it's in the, West Bank or here or anywhere. Yeah, against it.
And so for Byron's group, his team, to call me and essentially our entire supporting base racists for saying that you're a slave when quite literally you took $45 million. You won't tell us what you agreed to take that money this early in a primary, which is unprecedented. You know this, how unprecedented that kind of money is in an uncontested primary until now. But secondarily, to actually go out and try to gaslight us and think that you're just one of those guys that has been here, since the early 1800s and your family was in the struggle too. You're not. And that's a very interesting term that the Foundational Black Americans use. It's called tether. They're tethering these tethers like Byron Donalds. They come here literally one generation in, and they try to just sit around and act so folksy that we're all part of the same struggle and we're all down on and we need to fight against. No, you just got here, dude. Like the Haitians, like the guys from Ghana who just got here, you don't get to just be a part of our system and then lecture us about how our country went wrong.
Oh, man, Byron, you need some black up, dude, not just backup. You need us to come swinging in and to rubber stamp your black credentials right now. But Byron, you need some certified black folk who actually have credibility to come in and say, wait now, we can vouch for Donald. And right now, Byron Donalds is hearing the deafening sound of silence. He desperately needs some black people with credibility to come and defend him. And right now, there's nobody. And there's not gonna be anybody. No one is coming to his defense. No one. And he knows it. So you see, he's kind of got himself in a Candace Owens conundrum here. What do you do when you got white men who can call you anything they want to, and you want to yell racist? A fella who has denied racism up one side and down the other. All it takes is a white person to say something, and all of a sudden, Byron Donalds has been converted to yelling racism. Dude, you don't get to sit up here and say racism doesn't. Stop being a victim, Byron. Hey, Byron, you need to stop whining and being a victim. There is no racism. And you need to stop crying and whining and being a victim, Byron. You can't make a career of saying that racism doesn't exist and then say, well, it does exist if it hits me. So right now, folks, Byron going through it. And Tucker Carlson and this dude are sitting up here talking because they know that those of us who lead the agenda and those of us in the new black media who set the trend and set the agenda and have the national conversation, they already knew what we were going to say. They didn't go in on Byron because they thought that we might say something else. They went in because they know exactly what we're going to say. I'm not going to sit up here and cheerlead for Tucker Carlson. I'm also going to say, Byron, you own your damn own. That's your boy over there, Byron, ain't it? What? These yo people, Byron, you need to get over there and deal with your folk. Oh, and they are giving all of y'all the business. Vivek Ramaswamy is getting, I'm talking about turned every which way but loose up there in Ohio. Byron Donalds, folk ain't really paying attention right now. We all know as soon as they start saying, wait a minute, who's running for governor now? When they see Byron's face in Florida, oh, you know what comes next. Byron needs some help, y'all. Byron needs some help. Byron needs some help. Byron needs black folk to say, wait a minute, you can't talk about us like that. That's what Byron needs a great big heaping teaspoon of right now. He doesn't need Miriam Adelson just sending him $45 million. When people sit up here and put straight disrespect on your name like that, you need black folk to say, oh, yes, we are all equally offended. He's sitting up here. I'm talking about getting to the foundational black folk. And we're saying, nope, we're not offended at all. Nope. As a matter of fact, yeah, he is a slave. He's more than that. He's a slave. He's a coon. He's a buck dancer. You left some descriptors out there, brother. You left some terms out there. Yeah, you left a few terms out. Yeah, you being nice with the slave thing. You being nice with that one. Yeah, we got a few other adjectives to throw in there. So you left some out. If you need some extra ones, we got a few right here in the bag. Byron needs somebody to come to his defense. He needs to have some black folks say, we do not like what you said. We don't like what you said about us. He needs that. And right now, he's like, Byron's like, hey, don't y'all hear them talking about us? And we like, Byron, no, he's talking about you. And he's kind of right. Byron and his people trying to go around and say, hey, did you hear what he said about us? Byron, I heard that he's talking about you, dude. No, he's not talking about us. He's talking about you. This is not a black problem. This is a Byron problem. This is not a black issue. This is a Byron issue. Oh, and it's rough on you. It is rough on you. So yes, indeed, folks, a little bit of housekeeping right there, a little bit of house cleaning to do to let y'all know the message is out. Whether it's the Democrats in California and cut the check or the Republicans and the tethers and the identity of the foundation, it has gotten through. Oh, yeah. And one more thing. Delineation is complete.
And deal with it.
By the way, one more thing here. What this also confirms for you is delineation is no longer in progress. Delineation is no longer in progress. Delineation is complete. Even outside of Black society, they openly acknowledge it. Next step is to make it government policy. What? Damn! The next natural evolutionary step Folks, I'm strategic. I didn't lead you all into this because I'm guessing how we going to get there and guessing what we do. The next logical step, I'm so glad that you all acknowledge our distinction. Now, the next logical step is that it must be etched in stone as.
Gotta be etched in stone, and the next conversation is reparations, man. And with that being said, man, make sure y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. It's your brother Aboriginal Power. We out of here. Support the channel. See y'all on the other side.
I'm on the block with the snakes and the rats and the cops, so I gotta hide it. All on my top, put all of my dick in the stomach, I give it a Heimlich. Really was broke, I come from the bottom of New York, now I need the finest. All of my bitches, they be the finest. All of my diamonds, they be the finest. All of my fabrics, they be the finest. Put on the ladder and came at Staggy. All of these VVs, now they blind. I know my persona, really enticing. Brought on that pussy, just like I'm Tyson. Hit on that pussy, just like it's lightning. Back to that money, I'm not dying. I got a touch for the money like Midas. Out to my hood, I try to unite it. I know the feds, they wanna indict it. Gun on my leg, I come invited. Run on with drip, them boys are biting. She love with me, got her excited. She like that nigga on the stones on my ice. And I got a touch for the money like Midas. Out to my hood, I try to unite it. I'm on the block with the snakes and the rats and the cops, so I gotta hide it. All on my top, put all of my dick in the stomach, I give it a Heimlich. Really was broke, I come from the bottom of New York, now I need the finest. All of my bitches, they be the finest. All of my diamonds, they be the finest. All of my fabrics, they be the finest. Put on the ladder and came at Staggy. All these VVs, now they blind. No more persona, really enticing. Bought on that pussy, just like I'm Tyson. Hit on that pussy, just like I'm lightning. Back to that money, I'm not dying. I got a touch for the money like Midas. I got a touch for the money like Midas. I got a touch for that money like Midas. All of my bitches, they be the finest. All of my diamonds, they be the finest. All of my fabrics, they be the finest. They be the finest.